Hi students, welcome to online class. So in this video we are going to discuss about chapter 9 Introduction to C++. See, in this video we are going to discuss about the data type modifiers. So in the previous video we have discussed about the data types, and then we have discussed about the memory allocation for fundamental data types. How much memory is allocated for character, integer, float, double, like that we have seen. So a character occupies 1 byte, 8 bits, integer occupies 2 bytes, 16 bits, float occupies 4 bytes, 32 bits, double occupies 8 bytes, 64 bits. Now we are going to discuss about data type modifiers. What is mean by modifier? See, modifiers are used to modify the storing capacity of the fundamental data type except void. We are going to modify the storing capacity of the fundamental data types except the void data type. Why we need to modify the storing capacity of the fundamental data type? See, fundamental data types are of 5: integer, character, float, double, void. So no need to consider about void, because void means nothing. It holds nothing. It does not store any value. Right, now we consider integer, character, float, double. Integer occupies 2 bytes, float occupies 4 bytes, like that we discussed. But sometimes when we use the integer data type is not enough to store the value. See, again I repeat, we are using the integer data type. So integer data type, it occupies 2 bytes, that means 16 bits. The integer, if we declare a variable, that variable belongs to integer. But when I want to store a value, so let us consider int num is equal to 40,000. Is it possible to store that value 40,000 in the variable num? No, it is not possible. Why? Because the integer range is, what is the minimum value I can give? Minus 32,768. So what is the maximum value I can store in the variable, integer variable? Plus 32,767. So if I store 33,000 in one variable, integer variable, int a is equal to 33,000, if I assign like that, it does not accept that value. It does not shows error. It does not shows any error, but we cannot get the expected output. So if I assign int a is equal to 33,000, so a variable cannot store the value because it belongs to integer. Integer cannot accept that value. So the storing capacity is not enough. So what I want to do? I want to modify the storing capacity. How can I modify the storing capacity? For that I am going to create the modifier. So see the definition. Modifiers are used to modify the storing capacity of the fundamental data type except void. Usually, see here, usually every fundamental data type has a fixed range of values. So fixed range of values is there. Minus 32,768 to plus 32,767. So like that you can see character, it occupies minus 128 to plus 127. So like that each and every data type occupies a particular range. So if I want to store more than that range, it shows, it does not gives you the expected output. It does not satisfy the expected output. So for example, integer data type can store only 2 bytes of data. Integer data type can store only 2 bytes of data, but when I assign some value, if it occupies more than the 2 bytes, then what will happen? So integer cannot accept that value. Can you understand, students? See here. In reality, some integer data may have more length. So if a value contains, so if a value's length is more, if the length of the value is more, you may need more space in memory. So 2 bytes is not enough. So you need more space in memory. In this situation, we should modify the memory space to accommodate larger integer values. So if you want to store a large integer value, then you want to modify the memory space. So for that we need to use the concept called modifier. We use the technique called modifier. See here, modifiers can be used to modify. So modify in the sense we are going to expand or reduce the memory allocation of any fundamental data type. Only fundamental data types can be modified. So they are also called as qualifiers. Which are called qualifiers? Modifiers are otherwise called as qualifiers. Right. Now let us see the types of modifiers. What are the types of modifiers? There are 4 different types of modifiers are there. There are 4 different types of modifiers are there. What are they? First one is signed modifier, then unsigned modifier, then long, then short. So totally 4 modifiers are there. What are they? Can you say, students? Yes, it is signed, unsigned, and then long, and then short. So these are the 4 different types of modifiers. Right, now let us see the memory allocation for data types. So already we have seen for integer, character, float, double. But now we are going to see for short, unsigned, long. Right. So now let us see the short data type. Short is a short name for short int. So either you can give short or else you can give short int. Either you can give short or short int. So how much bytes it occupies? 2 bytes it occupies. So 2 bytes means how many bits? 16 bits it can occupy. So the range is as usual, minus 32,768 to plus 32,767. So we can call it as short int or else we can call it as short. So in 3 ways we can use this data type. Either I can use a short or int or short int. Then unsigned short. What is mean by unsigned? Unsigned means without sign. So it can accept only positive values. See here, an integer number without minus sign. An integer number without minus sign. So without minus sign means it should be positive. So 2 bytes, 16 bits. So minus 32,768 should not be there. So it is added with 32,767. No negative value. So whatever the negative value, 0 to 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, all these numbers are added to the positive numbers. So what will happen? So it becomes 0 to 65,535. 0 to 65,535. Now we are going for next. Signed short. Signed short means signed number. Signed number means both negative number as well as positive number. You can mention both negative number as well as positive number. So a number with minus sign. A number, integer number with minus sign. So 2 bytes, 16 bits. What is the range? Minus 32,768 to plus 32,768. Can you understand, students? Sorry, minus 32,768 to plus 32,767. It is not 8. 32,767. See, simply remember one thing. Signed number means negative number. Unsigned number means positive number. So the range should only be positive. So no negative number. So the negative numbers are added with the positive. So it becomes the range 0 to 65,535. That's all. Can you understand, students? Right. Now we are going to see the next int data type. So already we know very well about that int data type. Int data type means 2 bytes 16 bits, minus 32,768 to plus 32,767. So whenever we specify int, we can give both negative number as well as positive number. We can give both negative number as well as positive number. But now when we go for unsigned int means a number that should not contain minus sign. A number that should not contain minus sign. So it should be a positive number. See here, an integer number without any sign. Without any sign means only it will be a positive. So same 2 bytes, 16 bits, 0 to 65,535. 0 to 65,535. The next signed int. What is mean by signed int? Signed int means a integer value with the sign. So with the sign means you can give negative number. So 2 bytes, 16 bits, minus 32,768 to plus 32,767. Can you understand, students? Right. Last we are going to see for long data type. So long means it is apart from the double. So more amount of size, more amount of memory space is allocated. Right. So long is a short name for long int. Long means long is a short name for long int. Instead of specifying int, if I specify long int, how much bytes it occupies? So very simple. Integer occupies 2 bytes. So long occupies another 2. So 2 plus 2, 4 bytes. Can you understand, students? Instead of giving long int, we can give long int or long. What is mean by long int? Long int means integer occupies 2 bytes. Then another long occupies 2 bytes. So 2 plus 2, 4 bytes. 4 bytes means how many bits? 32 bits. 4 8s are 32. So 32 bits. So the range is specified here. Can you see here? Minus 2147483648 2147483647. So this is the range. So this amount of values, this range of values you can specify in the memory. Then unsigned means it should contain only positive. It should not contain negative. So a double spaced integer without any sign. So without any sign we should give only positive. So same 4 bytes, 32 bits. So they are given 0 to 4967295. So I think it goes for crores. It goes for crores. The next is signed long. Signed long means it is a thing which contains a negative number also. You can specify the negative number also. So that is 4 bytes, 32 bits, minus 2147483648 2147483647. So that much of range we can give. Can you understand, students, about the data type modifiers? What is mean by modifier? What are the types of modifiers? So I think you might have understood this class. So let's end the class. So thank you, students.